The barn behind the 4-H pavilion was in shambles. Security guards ran to and fro, trying to calm the angry alpaca owners. And fair workers ran to and fro, trying to calm the animals nervous about their angry owners. Daniel hopped onto a nearby bench. "Look," he said, pointing to the far side of the crowd. "There's Ms. Marjorie." They made their way to a tall woman with a concerned look on her face. The woman wore a pink plaid shirt with faded jeans. She was talking to one of the fair staff members. "Are you sure my alpaca in Wonderland is safe?" they heard her say. "He's very fragile. Can't even handle fireworks. Oh, he must be so scared." "Ma'am," the staff member said, "please just wait here while we sort things out." He walked swiftly away and left Miss Marjorie wringing her hands with tears in her eyes. Lydia rushed to her family friend's side. "What happened, Miss Marjorie?" "They're missing! The alpacas are gone!" Abby's mouth dropped open, while Daniel and Lydia gasped in unison. Even Barkley let out a startled yip. "All of them?" Daniel asked. "What about Alpaca in Wonderland?" Ms. Marjorie wiped her eyes. She took a deep breath. "He's the only one left. He's still safe and sound in his pen, but he must be so scared." Abby opened the Maine State Fair informational booklet they'd gotten at the entrance. She flipped to the alpaca section and ran her finger down the page. There were 12 alpacas entered in the costume contest. "So, if Alpaca in Wonderland is the only one left," Lydia said. 11 alpacas disappeared into thin air, Abby confirmed. Before Ms. Marjorie could respond, a member of the security team came over. The name tag on her uniform said Patricia. "Are you Marjorie Meadows?" she asked. "Ms. Marjorie," Lydia corrected sternly. She kept a protective hand on Ms. Marjorie's arm. "Ms. Marjorie," Patricia continued, "we'd like to ask you some questions." "What kind of questions?" Abby asked. "Is this an investigation? Is she a suspect?" The woman laughed. "Now, what would you kids know about suspects and investigations? This is why you shouldn't watch so much TV." Abby tried very hard not to roll her eyes. She mostly succeeded. What this woman didn't know was that her mother was a famous mystery writer. Abby herself had helped solve a few mysteries with her friends Dink, Josh, and Ruth Rose. Patricia pulled out a small notepad and a pen. "You own Meadows, is that correct?" Ms. Marjorie nodded. "Our petting sanctuary." Abby shot a confused look at her friends. Daniel leaned down and whispered, "Part petting zoo, part animal sanctuary, where injured animals go to recover. Sanctuary." Abby smiled. "This costume contest comes with a hefty prize," Patricia said. "Might make caring for all those wild animals easier, huh?" Lydia bristled. She stood on the tiptoes of her black boots. "What's that supposed to mean? You think Ms. Marjorie stole the alpacas?" Daniel stepped up to Ms. Marjorie's other side. He and Lydia looked fierce, like knights. Before Patricia could answer, something that sounded like a big group of particularly upset people crashed toward them. Abby looked for the commotion. Then she heard a voice over a megaphone recite some familiar slogans. It was the protesters. Patricia sighed and said, "I have to go deal with this. Don't leave." Ms. Marjorie held up her hands. "Wouldn't dream of it." Once Patricia was gone, Lydia turned to Abby and lowered her voice. "We're gonna help her, right?" Abby nodded. "Looks like we've got 11 missing alpacas to find."